Okay, let's be real for a moment. You've got this vision for your day, right? But what you might not realize is there's this quiet battle happening every single night that decides if any of that vision actually sees the light of day.
And that's the big question, isn't it? You wake up, you're full of intention. You tell yourself, today is going to be different. I'm going to be more focused, more disciplined. But somehow, by the end of the day, that resolve just vanishes. Why does that happen?
Well, it almost always starts right here. The end of the day hits and everything just feels a little chaotic. That plan you had to wind down, it gets totally derailed by, just one more video, one more scroll through your feed.
And here's the thing, if your nights feel out of control, it's no surprise that your life starts to feel the same way. You're always playing catch up, never really feeling like you're in the driver's seat.
But every morning you get that fresh start. You look in the mirror and you say, nope, today will be different. And you 100% mean it in that moment.
And yet, the day wraps up with that same familiar feeling of disappointment. The cycle just repeats. And it's so easy to start telling yourself you're just lazy or you're not disciplined enough, but the problem isn't what you think it is. It's not you.
See, what you're stuck in is something called the daily discipline trap. It's this belief that success is all about brute force, just mustering up enough willpower every single morning. But that's not where the real battle is actually won or lost. Let me be really clear about this. This is not a character flaw. The real culprits are these little things that seem so small at the time. The late-night scrolling, those random thoughts that just refuse to shut up, sleeping just a little bit later than you planned. They feel insignificant, but they are systematically sabotaging your next day before it even has a chance to start.
So let's pinpoint the real point of failure here. Because once you see it, you're going to realize that our whole approach to getting things done is, well, it's basically backward.
Here it is. This is the problem. You are pouring all your energy into trying to fix your life in the morning while you are quietly destroying it the night before. It's like spending all day pushing a giant boulder up a hill, only to spend the night chipping away at its foundation. It just doesn't work.
Okay, so this is going to require a total shift in how you think. We're going to call it the night before principle. And it's all about moving your focus from the morning to the evening.
This is the absolute core idea. Your morning doesn't just magically begin when your alarm goes off. Your performance, your mood, your focus for the entire day, it's all a lagging indicator of how you spent the night before. The game is won or lost in those few hours before you even go to sleep.
Now, to actually put this into action, you need a plan, a real structure. So let's call it your midnight architecture. It's a simple 4-step blueprint for designing a night that pretty much guarantees a successful day.
All right, step 1. And honestly, this one is completely non-negotiable.
It's the digital sunset. You have to cut off all screens at least 1 hour before you plan to sleep. No more scrolling, just 5 more minutes. And here's why. At the end of the day, your brain isn't just tired, it is overstimulated. The blue light from screens actually delays melatonin production, so your body might be ready for sleep, but your mind is wide awake. That's why you lie there in bed, exhausted but restless. This isn't about punishing yourself. It's about letting your brain gently come down from the day.
Okay, step 2. Now we've got to deal with that mental chatter, that inner monologue that keeps so many of us staring at the ceiling.
Prepare tomorrow. Most of us don't really have a sleep problem. We have an unfinished thinking problem. Your mind just keeps running and running because tomorrow feels vague and unclear. So here's the fix. Before bed, just write down your top 3 priorities for the next day. The moment your brain sees a clear, simple plan, it can stop searching. Clarity creates calm. It's that simple.
Number 3. Think of this one like tidying up your mental workspace before you clock out for the day. You have to close open loops. All those little nagging tasks you pushed off during the day, they don't just magically disappear. They stay active in the back of your mind. The solution is super simple. Either finish them if they're quick, or make a concrete decision about exactly when you will handle them. See, your brain doesn't trust a vague promise like, I'll do it later. It trusts a firm decision, and that's what finally allows it to relax. Hey, just a quick pause here. If this is already making you rethink your routine, go ahead and subscribe. We don't just do motivation here. We focus on perspective that actually changes how you operate.
And finally, number 4. This is the foundational piece. It's the anchor that holds this entire architecture together.
A fixed sleep time. That means you go to bed at the same time every single night.
It's not based on how you feel or what your mood is, because your body doesn't run on feelings. It runs on rhythm. When you respect a fixed time, your body literally starts preparing for rest on its own. Sleep gets easier and your recovery becomes automatic and so much deeper. Now, you really have to understand this part. Doing these things once or twice, it's not going to change a thing. And honestly, this is where most people quit. Real, lasting transformation doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency.
But if you stick with this architecture for a few weeks, you'll feel the payoff, I promise. You'll have a clearer mind, much deeper sleep, and this incredible sense of control over your day. Your mornings will go from being this daily struggle to being a calm, focused launchpad for your life.
So let's end with this one thought. That endless cycle of trying to muscle your way through your days with sheer willpower is exhausting, and frankly, it's just not effective. The real power is in protecting your nights. So stop trying to fix your days if you keep breaking them the night before.